Build the God Squad you've always wanted. InstantMuttCoins.com. Instant delivery, cheapest prices, 24/7 support. Use code CC 15% off. EA tax 10% is covered. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We're here with more rankings currently for Mutt. This is recorded on the 17th of November. So if this is at a date, you're coming back and watching this and you're like, oh, where's these cards? Or that's the reason why. Periodically, we will go back and update this so you guys can get a good idea where these cards fall. Now, we are doing safeties, free safety and strong safety. It's all together in this video. There's just not a lot of really good ones anyway. So it just makes sense to do both of them. Safety is an interesting position because a lot of times you want Enforcer, right? Enforcer is what everyone is looking for, and that's what everyone wants out of cards. But there's not a lot that really will get Enforcer. There's some lower overall cards that will get it. The Jabril Peppers and the Marcus May, they get it. For example, Keanu Neal, right? But they're just not like you get Enforcer, but the rest of the card isn't super usable within Mutt or Weekend League or season stuff like that. So things are going to fluctuate a little bit where we put cards. A lot of it is going to be based on either can you get Enforcer or maybe like zoned out or how the card actually does play. I play with a lot of these cards. I've tested them to see, and some of them I like in their natural position, and some of them like kind of playing maybe down at corner. It just really depends. So we'll start out with Pat Tillman. He's the Mutt Master. He's the card that pretty much most everyone has, I believe. And he does get Enforcer, obviously, and he's a card that everyone has and uses and abuses. Pat Tillman has a bit of a weakness, is that his zone is a little low. And as the game has progressed, his speed is actually not really kept up so well. But he still does play very well. We're going to put him up at the S tier. You have to. He's on every team anyway. His next upgrade will make a really good card. But if we recall that when Pat Tillman stats came out, we saw them, we were like, that doesn't really look like a 95. But he was just so much better than everyone at the time. It was okay. Pat Tillman is going to be falling, is going to be my guess. He's still going to be on a lot of people's teams. He's still going to be used. But I think that he's going to slowly fall over time. Now, if we're putting an S tier up, let's put in a D tier. Or Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson came out so long ago. When he came out, he has the highest zone in the game. But he's no longer usable. I've seen people use him with Bears teams and stuff like that. I believe his card is 83 speed. It's just not going to cut it. Whenever I play against him, which is oddly more than you would expect, he's just a deep bomb waiting to happen. We're going to put him down there at the very bottom. I want to cover some of these other cards, which I don't think a lot of people have either used or seen. Someone like the Honey Badger, right? He falls in line with a balanced card. Got a lot of stats, right in the 80s range. It's good. He's not the tallest guy, but like he doesn't even have that speed that you need either. I'm going to put him down at the C tier. Balance is not always a good thing when we're talking about safeties, right? A lot of years we want balanced cards, and again, I believe I brought this up last time. Balance would be someone like Lawrence Taylor, super balanced, can do a lot, and that's a good thing. Here, not a good thing. You have to be able to hit the numbers that people want. Honey Badger doesn't do it. Very similar to LaMarcus Joyner. I'm going to put him above Honey Badger because he's definitely better. He's also really short. Not a big used card. If you want, with a lot of chems, you could put him up at B. But again, he falls in that balanced category. He does a lot of things well. Does nothing great. I need you to do something great. I need you to be great to see my field on every single snap. Same thing with Malik Hooker. They're right around the same. Hooker's a bit bigger. He does a little more. I would rather have Malik Hooker, personally. But again, good budgety card. If you don't have the coins for some of these stuff, sure, fine, great, go get them. Otherwise, they do fall down up here. This one, Earl Thomas. He's a 92 overall. He's got super high zone. His speed is like 86. We saw the zone. We're like, oh, you can get him to 99 zone. The problem is Earl Thomas does not play great for some reason. The card is outdated. If he was the first 92, he would have been higher. But the way that the game is, the 97, 98 zone you can get him to, he doesn't really cover anything more than anyone else. He can get the zoned out, and that's great. But for that tier of safeties who's not getting Enforcer, Earl Thomas, he goes down. Minka, we're going to put right there as well. Now, Minka at a power-up, I think he might be higher. At least ahead of Earl Thomas. He's a balanced card. But he's got really good balance with really good stats. He's got the speed. He's got some size. He's got a little bit of hit power, a little bit of man, a little bit of zone. He's like a much better Honey Badger, in my opinion. Really wish this card had a power up. He obviously will get a power up, but by the time he does get that power up, his card's going to be outdated. Maybe he gets a ghost card or something like that around Christmas. Who knows? But Minka, tons of potential. Tons of potential. His card. Oh, if he keeps going and he, obviously he's having a really good year, he could be one of the premier safeties in the game. I want to talk about Devin Mccourty next. Okay? The 94, the highest free safety in the game. A lot of people use him. I've seen him a lot, play against him a lot. People love to put universal coverage, manned up, zoned out, all that stuff on him. And that does make him play really well. But I find a lot of times then people use him at corner. Okay, that's good. I think he's a good corner, but he's a little too slow to play corner. At safety, if you're manning up, you're playing a lot of man, or maybe you're making him play a lot of center field. It's good. I think he's really he plays well. He gets in the way of the ball. I notice him on the field, but I'm only going to put him at A because I think Calvin is better. Calvin has the range. Calvin makes more plays. Calvin has more hit power. I love Calvin. I love using Calvin Johnson on my team. He's one of my favorite cards. For me, as a free safety, you could put him at S. You really, really could, but I think that these guys are very similar. And if I'm putting one up, I got to put both up, so I'm just going to put them both down here. Again, I love Calvin Johnson, one of my favorite cards on defense. But I'm putting him right there. I love the way he plays. Assuming he's going to keep getting upgraded. If he doesn't get upgrades, I would actually mark him lower because I wouldn't want anyone to go get a card that's not going to be upgraded, aka Andrew Luck, right? So go there. Damaris Randall. Again, he falls in the same range right here. We're going to put him below Minka and Earl. He's a little more expensive. He's an okay card. He's an okay card. Falls into more of that theme team. His price is a little much for what you're going to get out of it, especially at free safety. When you're talking that he is the right there. I'm going to put Dawkins ahead of Earl Thomas. Dawkins is about the same speed. He also gets over 90 zone. Does not get Enforcer. I don't know why, but it's bad archetype on Dawkins. But he does lay the boom. He does play really well. I've noticed him when I used him. Only reason I replaced him was because of Calvin. But again, if he's not going to get Enforcer, he's got to be below these guys. It just makes all the sense in the world to me. Up next, we got Ed Reed at strong safety. I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing Ed Reed at strong safety. I don't see a lot of people with Ed Reed at strong safety. Ed Reed, to me, is a slot corner in this game, where he should be played if you want to play him at slot corner. You don't play a ton of man. He's great. He's great. I would, for where he should be used in the game, he's an A tier card. If we were putting him in the cornerbacks, he would have been up in the A tier. I think still he's A tier up here because he's faster. He does a lot, but he's definitely behind these two cards for what he does. I do love Ed Reed's cards. Again, I'm playing him in the slot when I did. We got two cards left, Jamal Adams and Troy Polamalu. Okay? I think Jamal Adams should be on every team. Whether you play him at linebacker, because you can. One of the nickel plus formations, right? Whether you play him at strong safety or free safety, everyone should have Jamal Adams. He gets Enforcer. He gets the good coverage. He's a very balanced card. A little slow at this point in the game. But Jamal Adams plays great. He's everywhere. He makes plays. He's right up here. He's up here. And his cost is not super high. and he's having a great year. He's going to get more cards. He's not a bad investment. Uh-oh. What? What? Phone just going off. Crazy, right? Life happens. Troy Polamalu. When Troy came out, I looked at his card and I was like, kind of disappointing. I was disappointed in what they gave Troy. Couldn't get Enforcer. He couldn't get a lot of stuff. But Troy is my favorite card on defense right now. My favorite. And he's also the most expensive card on the list, okay? By far. There's like one up on Xbox for 1.8 million coins. Didn't pay that. We paid a lot less for him. He's my favorite card. But his price is insane. His price is insane because he's Troy. He doesn't exist anymore. You can't get him. Troy, to me, doesn't get Enforcer. So he would be up at the S tier. But because of his price, I'm going to put him at A. Just because you can't get him. Impossible to get. So I have to factor that into a ranking system because Tillman is free. Jamal Adams is 200 or 300K. Troy's 2 million coins. For the cost of Troy, you could obviously, so we won't count Tillman. You could have Jamal Adams. You could have Calvin Johnson, Ed Reed, Dawkins, Earl Thomas, Minka. Hell, you could probably have every other card except McCourty on this list for the same price almost. It's crazy. So that's why I have to put Troy there. But again, I do love Troy. I know if you guys have Troy, you've probably used him and you do love him. When his Redux comes out, obviously, hopefully his price comes down. More people can get to use him. That's the one thing I don't love. Troy's the guy everyone wanted. Came out. He was expensive. Set of packs. Price went up 30%. Okay. So that's where we're falling right here. We need some more depth. There's obviously some cards that could get some, upgrades and all that, but I think Jamal Adams upgrade is going to move him past Tillman. Honestly, we'll see. Maybe Jamal Adams is amazing. They're going to make his cards amazing forever. He's a freak. So get you a Jamal Adams. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. We'll be back. We've got to do linebackers and D linemen. It's coming. Don't worry. I promise. See you guys later. I'm out. Peace.